Hi everyone, hope everyone had a really good new year. I'm just going to quickly go through January's Patreon files. So as usual, we've got 4 new figures in there and 4 custom models for you to 3D print and hopefully put on your layouts. So first of all, we've got 4 figures. We've got a driver, a female figure standing and 2 male figures standing. Again, as with previous months, these are very easy to print. If you're using a printer such as mine, an FDM printer like the Ender 3, there's a version in there that's got the supports already made in there for you, so they're ready to print, especially at 16mm, or you might need to downscale them G scale or upscale them ever so slightly for 7/8 scale. If you're printing on anything else, like a resin printer or at a smaller scale, the full size versions are there. Just scale them down to whatever size you need, run them through your slicer, and fingers crossed, hopefully everything will print fine. So the figures, I say, are pretty straightforward. The custom models, again, this month, there's a couple of little things I want to run through with everybody. So in the custom models, we have a new house front, including this nice porchway with a couple of different window styles. We have the platform clock, which, again, just a kind of nice little model to add to details of platforms, or maybe even to some other areas. We've got a street lamp, and we also have a gate, which I'm going to run through in a second. So the house itself is very straightforward to print. We when you put it on your print plate, it should lie down flat completely, and it shouldn't need any supports to print that. The platform clock, again, it's broken down into several different components, but again, that prints completely flat on your build plate. There's no need for supports or anything like that, and I do have a little video of me putting that together, but again, it should be quite straightforward and self-explanatory as to where things go. Especially if you look at the full-size preview model, it should tell you where you need to glue things, and that should be relatively straightforward. The lamp, I did struggle a little bit with the lamp trying to get this print successfully, and in the end I came up with a solution where we do need to use supports to get this printed. I did try a few various techniques to print this without using supports, but the only way I could really do it was to print the whole thing upright, apart from the bulb and the I suppose you call it the light shade almost of that. So you got what is printed in 3 parts. The lamp itself, the vertical bit and the horizontal bit. Now that you do need to set up supports in your slicer, because just the overhang on my printer, it would never print that successfully. So you do need to apply supports into that. But the other 2 parts, the shade and the bulb, again, they're orientated so that they should just print normally. And then it's just a simple bit of 2 bits of glue, stick them together, and that one should be really good to go. The last one from this month is the gate. The gate prints actually without any supports, but it comes in 4 parts. If you print it how I've got it shown in the preview. I mean, you can obviously mix and match. You can have 2 double wide gates, or you can have a small gate with 2 columns either side. But what I've actually done is I've tried to make this so that the gate will open and close, or you can permanently fix it. But the way to get it to be open and closing is, if you look very closely on the hinge part of the model, you'll see a very small, sort of like needle-sized hole running through the prints. And now at 16mm, this is perfect. I've just used a little bit of modelling wire, bent it into an L shape, and run it through the slots, just like a bolt, basically. But for me to print at that smaller resolution, to make a 3D printed bolt would be impossible on my printers. So just using a little bit of wire to thread through the hinges and brackets means that the gates can open and close. Alternatively, if you don't want that to happen, just glue the gates on top of the hinges and have it permanently in one position. That's completely up to you. And that's it really. That's the very quick run through of this month's Patreon files. If anybody's stuck with anything or something isn't quite right, just drop me a message or send me an email. That's info@designscanprint3d.co.uk. And that's it for this month. I'd love to see what everyone's printing. Feel free to share pictures with me, and yeah, I always really do enjoy looking at them. So anyway, guys, until next month, take care and happy printing.